Live. Boom! We're live, baby. What's going
Yeah.
on, people?
Yay.
Ultra charge.
Is this the first time it's been like the five of us up on the screen together?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I bet like we're all in different states, right? Maybe.
Me and Adam same. Oh, and Thomas,
Where
you're in
you,
North
where
Carolina.
you at, Adam?
I'm in South Carolina there, Jess.
I'm in
Greenville,
South Charlotte.
South Carolina.
I'm close. I'm very close to South Carolina. Yes, within miles.
And you're in not Charleston, Charlotte.
Charlotte. Yes.
How about you, Davis?
I'm in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Basically Charlotte.
Based. Yeah. So we're, like Davis and
Same
I are
state,
not too
but
far.
no.
What
away.
about you, Miss Jen? What state are you in, gal?
I am coming through Mississippi tonight, so I am in
Ooh.
Mississippi.
It's a lot of cookie letters in Mississippi.
That's right.
How
about
I'm
you,
in
Jess?
Dallas, Texas, baby. Coming to you live from Dallas.
Big D.
Big D, baby. I was in South Carolina, Dallas.
Damn Jesse and his hotel
today,
Wi-Fi.
and then I'll be in Oklahoma.
Hey, there's Walker.
No, that is a true deal. So
What up?
What's up, Walker? Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
nice,
We're live.
perfect. This is going perfectly to plan.
So
So
what
we
are
have
we
to
doing
say,
here,
like,
Jesse?
what's the deal? What's happening today?
I don't know, but Armando's on, and I see he's on, and I appreciate him trying to call me as we're on the live stream. Like maybe he just realized we had the live stream.
If Armando calls me, I might be able to.
We had a the last company I work at. You could like call the CEO live, and I got on and asked a question. And as I was asking the question, and I was calling from my phone, people are texting me. So my phone was like blowing up, and I'm live
The entire
streaming.
time.
Whoever did that, it was so
The
annoying.
worst.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it
So
looks like we
Armando,
got
thank
the
you.
whole party here, and I am running on hotel Wi-Fi. So if I block
Oh
out,
gosh.
please feel free to take over. Adam, you got access to the controls back there. But we all, I guess, what was it, about 3 months ago? We all had dinner there in one of the Carolinas somewhere. How long ago was that?
Yeah, that was about 3 months ago in Charlotte.
Charlotte. Yeah,
Were
almost smoked.
we in Charlotte?
Yeah.
It was like super tasty food. And you had an idea, Davis. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't remember the idea. Yeah. So I guess I'll take it from here. That's a good setup. So we got together a few months ago, but I kind of wanted to backtrack before we even got there because I think it's really important to I like a backstory. I like to know details. I like to understand what's going on in that person's world so that other people will know, okay, now I can kind of relate to what a story is. So to back up, before we got to this night where we had this awesome dinner, just having fellowship together, I had people pour into my life that, I don't know, beforehand, if I would have never had that and been willing to accept feedback, I probably would have never got to where we're at right now. So that's a precursor. I also, one of the things that changed my life is Walker and I starting a podcast, right? So Walker and I just decided to start something.
Heck yeah.
We don't know what we're doing. Like right now, I don't know what we're doing, but we're just going to start it. We're going to figure it out. And there's going to be a lot of muscling it. My aunt calls it, is the more times you flex something in your leadership muscle, the more times you learn. That it's going to rip, it's going to tear, but it's going to get better. And then the third thing is just kind of leading into the live streams with Jesse. We really talked about what it was like as a trade partner from his perspective, because obviously I'm not a trade partner, but then I work for a general contractor, and how, he's just telling me and Walker, we're different. You guys are different. I'm just like, what are you talking about? The people I'm around, this is who we are. And he's just, man, the whole industry is not like that, Davis. Like, what you guys do is different from most of the industry. And so I say all that because this event and what I am hoping to make an impact with in these students' lives is them to understand, like, there's a way to do this and come off and be humble, not act like I know everything, because I don't, because I'm 25 years old and I haven't been in the construction industry for 20 to 30 years. But if I can come off, if I can learn how to lead up, if I can show up, I can have integrity, I can work hard, I can communicate, I can be humble, and I learn how to talk to people. The biggest part is just being able to talk to people, being vulnerable. I mean, I can rant for 10, 15 minutes, have all this stuff going through my head, but I know I want to give everybody a chance to talk. But all that is what I'm hoping is what we can share in this event. So going back to this night. So the three things I talked about, my aunt, doing a podcast, doing a live stream. If I didn't do that before, I wouldn't be for 10, 15 minutes. I wouldn't be able to have this night with you guys and give you an idea. So we started with an idea, right? And I want to apply this, if we could apply this to the construction industry, right? If somebody comes into the office and comes up with a crazy idea and it may not be 100% there, it may be 15% there, but it's a good idea, run with it. Try it. Test it out, because there's so many people in the construction industry, and I'm one of them. Like, I have to constantly give myself enough grace to try things. But man, if you come in with an idea and just try it, let the team, if you're a team member, be willing to ask questions, be willing to learn, make it something better, but be humble in it. Don't put someone down. Don't tell them that because this isn't how I do it, this isn't the right way. And so we had this night, and we had an idea, and I had an idea, and basically these 5 brilliant people that are on the call here with me today made it to what it is. I just came with an idea. I don't think it was much. I just said, what would be a good idea if we just got to have a symposium and got to talk to college students? And then it just kind of morphed into what it is today. So from there, I'll let one of you 5 brilliant people kind of take it.
Well, so I'm gonna add, and then we'll popcorn style this bad boy. You know, Davis had an idea and he released it into the world. And so before I get to preaching, or maybe I'll just go ahead and preach, he invited us in. And then he just got a wild idea and said, hey, why don't we all meet for dinner in one of the Carolinas? Was it North Carolina or South Carolina?
Yeah, it's North Carolina. Which state is
North Carolina?
Which state is Charlotte in? You tell me that.
I didn't even know.
There you go.
Charlotte.
That's right.
Come on, plumber.
I'm up there somewhere. And so, like, for real, we all flew there just to have dinner with Davis. And the big, I mean, there were other reasons for us to be there, but I think the most important part is that you're talking about your idea, is that you put it out there, and there's something about ideas and something genuine that is intended to contribute, that is it's attractive, and it's kind of like magnetizes things. So I've been drawn to you guys since the very beginning, and so we all went, we had dinner, and so Adam, Thomas, and Jennifer, what y'all are going to need to do is really shine a light on Davis and Walker, because they're going to do everything they can to skate out of this, and we really need to uplift them, because it was them. This was their idea, and this thing is turning into something tremendous. Tonight is just us, hyping it up and practicing, getting to learn each other, because we're going to be at Clemson University having a discussion with the next generation of our industry as a result of these guys sharing that idea, having the courage to talk to some folks that we've been in the industry just a little bit. And they didn't shy away from that. They put themselves out there. So in my head, y'all are a shining example of what can be done, what should be done. And your actions, you demonstrate the characteristics of what I aspire to be. And so that's why I like chilling with y'all. And then we got Hamlin Landis here. He's saying,
Tack master.
Tack master. Saying it's a good day when you attend 2 events today that Jesse and Adam participate. Yeah, Hamlin, we're not going to be at each other's throats today. I got to admit, I was really a little pissed off this morning during our simulation. It was good work. And then Armando,
Hamlin,
Armando says, Jesse chose not to stay at my house. I've got fiber. So you're right, Armando. Go ahead, Thomas.
Hamlin has Lane Builder on his desk and in his book bag at all times. Dude is legit, wired tight. I learned a lot. There's a lot I learned from Hamlin, so thank you. And the same with Armando. He puts a lot out there, and we're watching and we're learning. You put really good examples out, and keep doing that, even though you're helping the competition. But whenever we get something good, we'll go ahead and try to try to help you out as well. But thank you, both of y'all. You do such a good job.
Yeah, I echo that. Shout out Hamlin for having some trust and belief in one of my visions in constructionism. I love the support there. I'm thank you so much. I'll tell you, Jesse, you taught me something before. You mentioned to me a lot of good ideas die in the cemetery. I'm curious what that means to you, Davis.
Man, if y'all saw my brain, you think I'm a weird person. I have a lot of ideas, man. I think that's probably all 6 of us on the call, right? And I don't know. I just think it's really important to know that I don't know everything. I'm never going to know everything. If I just keep everything to myself, it's not going to be of worth. Like Jesse and I think one of the first conversations we had, we started to talk about, what's your legacy going to be? Like, hopefully one day people are not going to remember me for what I did, but how I made them feel. And they actually felt that, Davis Hambrick cared a little bit more about them than other people. That's what's important to me. So this next generation, man, if we could just make a generation of people that care for the trade partners and everybody, just the construction. I mean, that's that needle we need to get it to move, to get more people in this industry to see that, man, someone that is in a GC role, in a leadership role, cares enough about me to fight for me, to go to bat for me, to really have, when adversity comes, they're not shying away from it, they're there for me. So, going back to your point that most ideas die in a cemetery, I got a whole, Walker can tell you, I got a whole wall of Post-it notes of just like the big kind, not the little pink ones that you'll see right here, but the big white, like 3 foot by 4 foot sheets of stuff. And, if I just knew everybody, I'd be able to get them done. But, we're slowly working on stuff. And if y'all want to prime and ask me questions about that, I'll be willing to answer it. But,
I think you illustrated all of Jesse's points in that response. That was so well articulated, man. That was amazing.
Thank you.
What about you, Walker?
About your quote?
Well, why are you doing this? Next generation.
Oh, man. I really think what's something cool, just from my experience of being in school and then coming into the workforce, having at least this event at Clemson is an awesome opportunity for students to get a chance to talk with and to interact with industry leaders like y'all. Davis and I are just hanging out. We're facilitating it. I give the credit to Davis, but we're just hanging out. You guys are a real show, so we're excited to have you on there. But this gives us chance for students to come and with no pressure, just get to talk to people in the industry, ask them any question they want. They're not trying to get recruited. They're not trying to go out there and impress anyone. They just get a chance to hear and listen and talk to and ask real questions and have ability to have lunch and dinner afterwards and just hang out. And that doesn't happen a lot because most of the time in school, you either have a guest speaker, you have a career fair, or you have a recruiter coming in. And so you always have to be on. And so you never get a chance to ask the real questions. So that's a big reason for this that we're super excited about. And the next generation, David said it great. Y'all all said it great. It's just about setting people up for success. Because if you don't set people up for success, they're going to fall back on the previous habits, which have been modeled for them in previous jobs, previous people who have done it the way that they were trained to do it. And it's not always the right way. This group's trying to change the construction industry to make it people oriented, because at the moment, not a lot of companies are, not a lot of parts of the industry is, and so that's our goal with this.
Just beware, Miss Jennifer Lacey lets nobody lay low.
Yeah,
that's true.
So Jen, what was it that helped you say, yes, I'll be involved with this movement? Because it is a movement.
Absolutely. So one, it's I get to hang out with cool people. So I'm jump on the Davis and Walker's bandwagon. I get to hang out with people that I consider my friends. But I think for me, it's two big things. Number one is we need to figure out a way for people to not choose construction as a default. And we need to figure out a way to help people understand that it's okay to choose construction. And not only it's okay to choose construction, but it's a mighty dang awesome place to be.
Right.
And it from the outside, it doesn't look that way all the time. And those of us that have been in this industry for a while and have gotten to see a lot of things, what I think I love about it right now is for the first time, I'm seeing it change and it's starting to shift to a place that cares about people. And people are intentionally, doing things and making decisions and changing the way they're, structuring their meetings and changing the way that they are doing work because the people are important. And so for me, that was the huge piece because I don't know about y'all, but I mean, we all probably got different degrees and we all, maybe came up different ways. But the cool thing about it is we're all human. And that we have in common with every single person we interact with. So it doesn't matter what their background was. It doesn't matter what the degree was. It doesn't matter how long they've been in this industry or they've been in any industry. It just comes down to we're human. And that part of it is going to help us connect, but also it's going to help us grow and create relationships. And that's the stuff that's going to make this industry better.
Love it.
Man.
Armando adds, he says, find future facilitators. That's his goal for the current generation in the trades now. He said yesterday he had a trade partner jump up and take lead of the daily huddle thanks to Jennifer Lacey's recommendation.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Hey.
Empowering people with opportunity. I love that so much.
That's it, man. We gotta pass it around, but demonstrate the appropriate behavior. Like that's what happens is when there's a lot of people out there talking about servant leadership, right? The buzzword servant leadership, psychological safety, DEI. There's all of these things, but ain't nobody showing it, right? You got to demonstrate it. And again, that's what I think you got everybody on the screen, like, of course. And how do we do that more? Thomas, you commented about Armando and the stuff that he posts out there. Like, that's what he's doing.
How do I know Armando does poll planning? There's evidence. Yeah.
Yes.
How do you include people who don't look like you? Include people who don't look like you. Right? It's not hard. These are seem to be insurmountable things we need to overcome in our industry, and the only thing that's preventing us a lot of times from doing that is doing it. Yeah. So to know me is to know my bias for action, and I just love getting right after it. And the guys like Armando and Buddy, there is evidence, physical, photo. Every person here has bragged about something they've learned about from Buddy. You're in books now, so yeah. And I just want to I'll take my piece because when I was your age, Mr. Davis and Mr. Walker, I got ridiculed for spending a lot of time with studying drawings. And I would color it up with colored pencils, and
get your wall.
And they were like, but the funny thing was, like, 2 weeks later, and the reason why I would color up because I want to understand, I want to learn, I want to understand, and this is how I teach myself what the finish of the floor was, because it was lots of different types of tile. And so I had a colored up plan. And it's like, okay, this is a different finish. And then, like, the paint on the walls, I colored all this up. And the reason why I did that was to really help me understand how to build. And 2 weeks later, the same people who were ridiculing me, who saying that, oh, that's such a waste of time, they're like, hey, let me check that out.
All right.
So now
Right.
So, and I was like, well, whatever. This is super effective for me. Like, go away. Like, don't make fun of me. And now I get to teach thousands of people in my organization how to do this. And then this is not a photo that I did. This is a photo I took. So just these basic things. If you're brave enough to do it and you don't accept that, this traditional method just because it's effective for the last 20 years, let's use those as the baseline and these underlying principles to take things forward. And I'm just super interested in that. And everybody here, I didn't know you except for Jesse face to face a year ago. And now I get to talk to, and here we are up on this stage. So I'm super impressed for that. So it's like this reinforcing effect is super powerful, and now I hope I can help the next generation
That's right.
to do
And
that.
now Thomas runs towards the danger instead of running away from me, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
The edge of destruction.
That's right. And I got people like Hamlin Landis who actually do take these visualizations and they put it against tact, and they get organized with trade contractors in a big way. And when we do that, we organize and push forward these super effective methods of communication and planning and feedback. And that goes into a trade situation. No longer it's thousands of people in my organization. Now we're talking about tens of thousands of people, perhaps 100,000 people.
The ripples of
That's just
impact.
It just ripples out there, and that's just my organization. Here are three of our competitors on the stage,
Right.
and we're all interested in the same thing, and not about it in a marketing way. So, I like being around you guys. I like talking to y'all because you just elevate it. So thank you.
Yeah. And so this big event, like tonight, is tonight the event?
Yeah, sure. That's good. We can just call it quits right here. And that's it.
Oh, hurry up, because Walker's fading to black on us over here.
I know. I'll lean in a little bit.
Cut on that dome light, bro.
It's a good idea. There you go. Spotlight.
There you go. So September 9th, we're going to be at Clemson University engaging with the students live. I wonder if there's any – I saw a bunch of students, or it looked like students from Clemson accepted the thing on LinkedIn. So students, if you're out there, drop a note in the chat. That way we know who you are, and so we can follow you and support you in all your efforts as you're going up.
Hey, Jess, I got an announcement for everybody.
Ooh, come on, baby.
Tomorrow is my first day of school at Clemson University.
Oh, heck yeah.
Back to
There you go.
school. So if that sign that you made me, that arrow is there with the date on it, I'll be there tomorrow at Clemson, like tossing the sign around, marketing on campus, wearing it around my neck as I'm going through different classes.
Love it. Love it.
We got it.
Yes.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna get some people.
That's
there.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
The biggest cheerleader right there.
Let's go.
Oh man, it's good stuff. And so I also saw some stuff on y'all's profiles, something about a website.
Walker's got that. That's all him.
Oh man, yeah. So Lang Foundations is getting a makeover. Partnered with a guy named Hayden Abrivea. I can never say his last name, but he's a good dude. And so he has been helping us a lot with just everything. So we got a new website coming out. We got some free guides for students. We got a newsletter coming out. It's just being a resource to equip the next generation of builders for the younger generation. We just want to help them, and we wish we had resources like this when we were coming through, and just people that you could just ask a question to. Hey, how do I do this? What's your opinion on this?
That's right.
Do you know this person? How do you talk to a company? How do you interview? How do you reach out? There's simple questions that you don't really know that you have to figure out as you go. We want to be a resource for career construction. And equip the next generation of builders, and we do that just by giving every resource imaginable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
love
we're-
that. I love that because I thought back to a friend of mine. His name's Dr. Larry Little, and he talks about who's the first person you lead. It's yourself, right? Well, back in school, I wish I had a leader that was doing this for me. Well, I didn't. So now I'm going to be that leader for others, right? I want to be able to help this next generation. That's the resources that we're trying to make. Like Walker and I talked about it for what, over a year. We're gonna
Yeah,
do it. We're
wow.
gonna do it. We're gonna
Yeah.
do it. All right, now we're doing it. Like there's no second guessing. Like Thomas said, he's a person of action. I think everyone on this call is a person of action, right? Like we just throw stuff out there. Hopefully it sticks to the wall, and we'll just keep on doing it. There you go. Don't talk about it, be
Heck yeah.
about it. And so it's exciting when this group gets together because it just seems like we're pushing the needle just a little bit more, just a little bit more. But just to echo off of Walker, I want to be that leader that I needed for me in school, and now I want to be that leader for people that are now, even if they're not in school, even if they're going through the trades or apprenticeship program, whatever that may be. If I can encourage them to come into construction and help them get their career ready, I'm all about that.
One of our values is problem solver, people connector. So, if someone comes to us with a problem that we can't solve, we have plenty of people, especially the ones on this call, that we can help connect. We have all the resources available and people that Davis and I have met through our podcast that has been incredible, that we have any answer that you need available, and just one reach out saying, hey, what's your advice on this? What do you think about this? It's really cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, rounding that off, and one of the I've it's taken me a while, but I've kind of established some criteria around the type of people I want to surround myself with, and like two big ones is service to others, right? 100%. I mean, there's a ton of people out there that are doing things, but it's not necessarily in service to others.
That's right.
Maybe that might be a byproduct of the effort, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. But the people that help me breathe and look forward and have hope in life are people like everybody up here that are in service to others. And the other one is they have a very short space between an idea and action.
That's right.
And y'all know, an idea always feels sexy and grand. Like, oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be amazing.
It'll be easy.
Right, you got to do something, and then you start doing it, and then it's like, oh, damn, there's some work associated with that.
Yep,
that's
and
right.
so, how has that landed with you, Walker and Davis, with this idea? How much unanticipated work has come across your table since this ball got rolling?
Well, I'll answer that, but I'm gonna do the first one. The thing when you talked about, there's a lot of people talking about servant leadership. I think you can really tell between the first interaction of someone that actually serves others. That's just how I feel like I can feel that when I meet somebody. But Dave Ramsey talked about when people hear servant leadership, they probably really hear subservient, like I'm below or I'm beneath them, and that's not what you're trying to do. He used an example of, if I'm a leader and I'm going to be serving my team, if I'm the field leader and someone comes in late and there's a standard that we're going to all be on time at a certain time and someone comes in, I'm not just going to let that slide. We're going to have a talk, right? We're going to keep them accountable. And I'm serving the team by doing that. That doesn't mean that, that I'm subservient and beneath someone, but it means you're held to a higher standard. And so serving others also could just be, man, I see that trade partner outside, and I'm thankful he's doing what he's doing. He's busting his butt out in the heat in July. It's hot. I'm going to give him a water bottle. I'm going to go give him a little ice pop, a little squincher squeeze so that he can get hydrated. I'm going to make sure that I show him that I appreciate him or her, whoever's performing the work, because without them, guess what? Davis Hamrick wouldn't have a job. And so just to hit on that part before, what was the second part? Okay, the work part. Okay, just to get into that set, like,
yes,
there's a lot of work to it, right? But
lots of work.
I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it, right? Like, obviously you can't enjoy everything you do, but Walker and I haven't made a penny, right? We're not. This isn't like some grand scheme that we're scheming. Like, we haven't made $1, and we're doing this because we truly believe in the next generation. Like, I can't think about the amount of hours that I've spent since January of 2021 on a podcast, talking to people, scheduling this, doing this, just everything. Like, you can't imagine what it is. It's like another full-time job, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
all I want to do is be able to help that next person, right? And you just think about that, man, that's a lot of hours to just want to help the next person, but that's all I know how to do. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to make it better for the next generation. And we're going to keep saying that. We're going to keep saying that. But I mean, I remember, Jesse, I remember you talking about this. And maybe I said it to you. I don't remember if it was vice versa or the other way around, but I just remember us having a discussion. We were like, by now it would have come out and been, if we were fake, we would have come out by now. Like, we would have known that we're not real people, that we don't really want to serve other people. Our heart's intention would have come out by now. And out of all 6 people in this group, again, it hasn't ever been about what can I get out of it. It's about what we can get, well, how we can help other people. And as long as this group's gonna be willing to do that, man, I'm along for the ride. That's for sure.
Hey, also, who said you can't enjoy everything? Nobody gave me that memo. I didn't know that.
Jennifer's over there on cloud 9 all the time.
I mean, there's a lot of amazing things going on, and sometimes I'm right in the middle of them. So, like, I'm good with that.
I have a take on that. If you want to be happy, start practicing being happy right now, right? But also,
I like it.
but also, there's discipline there, right? And discipline is doing things that don't feel good now, but there's purpose to it going forth. And Davis, I was like, you were giving me chills when you were talking there about doing extra effort and all this stuff. And it takes, you can't even make that. You can't buy that. It's within you. It's in your energy. I know, Walker, you got that same energy as well. I had to find that. It took me another extra 20 years. So, yeah, like it, and the thing about, I was telling you guys on your podcast when you had me on, it's like compounding interest. The only way to really reap the benefit of compounding interest is invest now. And then over time, you reap the benefits. And if you withdraw or you do this for a short-term gain, you don't reap those benefits. So that's I have that same mindset. I wish I had it when I was your age.
Yeah, I appreciate
you could teleport me 20 years ago when I'm on the 40th floor in Las Vegas. So.
That's right.
I was still having fun though. Like, still, that's always been my kind of mindset is let's enjoy what we're doing now. Let's not always continuously chase great. And while we're chasing great, we just do good things.
That's right.
Or
my bad. Have any of y'all ever heard of David Goggins? I know I probably told Walker this. David Goggins is like, obviously he's known for being just a mental, like insane freak that can just go somewhere else, right? And all these different challenges he does. But one of the biggest things I took away from his book was talking about during Hell Week, the Navy, I don't know what you call them, Navy SEAL officers, the guys that are training them, they told him in Hell Week, on Wednesday, you're going to quit. On Wednesday, it's going to be the toughest day. On Wednesday, it's going to suck. Wednesday, like, that's when you're going to break. And he was like, no, we're not doing that. Like, Wednesday, that's not when we're not going to quit. Like, that's not going to happen. So he talked about whatever you let in is what comes out. So if you're listening to someone tell you that you're going to quit on Wednesday, you're probably going to quit on Wednesday. But if you're willing to say no and change your mindset, and like Thomas was just saying, like, have that mindset and choose to be happy, to choose to have joy in the moment, then you're probably going to be happy and have joy in the moment. And so I've had multiple talks with my fiance talking about that, not for her, but just for both of us in the same week. Man, today's tough. Well, yeah, today is probably tough, but if I can choose to be happy and joyful and thankful, like, hey, God's given me enough breath. He's giving me my next step. I'm provided for. I'm thankful for everything that I have in my life. Like, if I start to say, I'm thankful for this, I'm starting to have gratitude. Like, that's when that mindset changes. And so, I mean, I would be the first person to admit I used to not live in that world. I used to live in the woe is me, negative, just pessimistic mindset. But it took someone, again, to speak into my life and to change that for me. So
10-4. So
mindset.
We're doing this first run. Do we have, what's the long-term plan, guys?
do we want to put that out there?
Yeah, heck yeah, we do.
Well, so like the super long term or just like the college long term?
All of it.
Okay. So the long term idea that I had was to think about once we get a few of these college um, events under our belt, is to start to form these relationships with these universities, and then in the area have a trade school to start to pour into. So people thinking about that, what does that mean? Well, if I'm going to pour into a trade school, I'm now going to have this same event, still have the event and what it took to have at the university level. But once I then establish a relationship with a trade school, I then want to marry the two together and learn how to, at the college, at the trade school level, how do I bring these two together and how can we work on this stuff before they actually are out in the industry? Like, what isn't that a crazy thought? Like to think about how to handle this inner battle with people that are in the trades, or in college, they think they know something, they probably know a lot more. Who knows? It's just a constant battle. So, how do we bring these two together? And that's the way that I've kind of thought about it, super long term. If that opportunity presents itself, I mean, I would love to get on that train, but you know, to be able to really do that and help demo the divide, right, is what I really am hoping that these events lead to. And I mean, ultimately, that's going to be up to how well we perform, right? Like, can we be willing to keep on serving? Are we going to have the ability to keep on serving these students, these trade partners? And so, again, if we're along for the ride, I'm ready to go. And so I'm excited about what the opportunity, what that might be. But the ultimate vision would be awesome to have a college, to have a trade partner in the same area, and be able to marry the two together and come together as an event. Everybody get to know each other, network, talk about what we're going to do and how we're going to help change this industry.
How to demo the divide between trades and people coming out of university. Have the exact same conversation at trade schools and at universities. Have the exact same conversation on job sites and in union halls. We can have the conversation exactly and use all the same words and use all the same experiences. And it doesn't have to be different because of where you start. I think that's incredibly important. And how do you do it? We're going to start doing it. Like, stop us, right? Somebody stop us. We're going. So you either get on board or you get in the way. And don't worry, this group works in an agile manner, so we won't get stuck in our traditional method.
Nobody
Oh,
gets
and
away
Jesse-
from Jen Macy.
And Jesse, you say it a lot, and it's exhibit the behaviors you want to see. And like, okay, yeah, but like really, like, and Thomas said, you guys just got to do it. And so, if you want to see something better, then you have to be better. And that's what everything I heard Davis say was, you know, we want to create connections and we want to build relationships before they ever get out there to have to be in a situation to where that matters. I mean, we know because of the relationships and the connections that we've already created here, if we show up somewhere, it doesn't matter what's being asked of us. It doesn't matter what pressure we're under. It doesn't matter, because we've already had that relationship established. It's going to change the way we do our work. It's going to change the way we engage with each other. And that's exactly what Davis is saying. Let's be proactive and start building those relationships early. And then all of a sudden they show up somewhere and they're working together. It's a whole different dynamic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
10-4. Oh yeah. So I wonder, would it be too early to put a call out to some West Coast change makers to get ready to be a part of this conversation on that side of the country?
Green light.
Yeah, never too
No,
early.
Jesse, it's not too early. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, y'all heard it. Who's up? Because it's not like an exclusive thing. We're just the crazy people that went to dinner that one night and had this idea. So, and we know that there's a huge number of people that really care and are putting a lot of time and effort into mending our industry. And so as this continues to grow, because we got a stop in South Carolina, we got another stop in College Station, and they're starting to line up. And you're interested in coming and being a part of this, contributing in some manner, you know who to find, Mr. Davis and Walker.
Yeah, bring
Hey,
your alumni. Where are you from? Bring your university to the table, right?
That's right. And just to let you know, Jesse, there's 5 normal people and there's 1 weird person. So I don't know who that weird person is, but
Guess we're going to Big Ten.
if you don't know who it is, then it probably might be you. So,
Yeah, you're right. You got me. Good. So, any closing thoughts? What closing thoughts do we have?
Walker, do you want to go ahead? Or do you want me to?
Man, I was just excited about it. You know, we want people to not be afraid to come out. Like, just, I think we're pretty cool. We like to hang out with you. We want to answer. We want to help. You know, like I said earlier, Davis and I don't have the answers. We're 2 young guns, but we know people that do.
That's right.
You know, it's really cool to see what a group of people can do. You know, you can sit at home every day after work and you can watch Netflix for the rest of your life, or you can use the time that the good Lord gives you every single day to go out there and make change, whether it be small, large, in your community, in the country, the world, or just in your company or at home, you know. But go out there, be active, do something, and we think that this is a good step for people who want that, who want to meet people like y'all that do make a change, that take out there and take the first step. And like Thomas said, have a bias towards action, you know, and that's exactly what we want.
That's right. Also, lunch is on us.
And lunch is on us. So free food, come on.
That was time well spent chasing the caterer, huh?
That's right. That's right. Down to the minute.
Y'all got anything?
I mean, I don't have anything to say after all that. I mean, you like just pretty much dropped the mic right there.
There you go.
Yeah. If you want to hear more, see in Clemson,
Come.
South Carolina
Right.
next Friday.
That's right. Jesse,
2
when's our
Fridays.
next live stream?
Next live stream is next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, I think.
Cool.
Uh,
So we'll
We'll
have
this
another.
again, talk a little bit.
We have
Go ahead.
another live stream coming out. We're just going to be doing this again, getting to know each other. We already know each other pretty well, but just continue to talk. And if there's anybody out there that's listening and has any thoughts, feel free to reach out to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always fun to hang out with authors and podcast host peoples.
Yes.
And
Thanks,
Adam's
dude.
gonna have to talk more next time because Adam got off the hook. Adam didn't really talk a lot today.
I know he was hiding.
He always
Just where we
gets away.
want
He
it.
did good
I
this morning.
know.
Look, I talked in the chat. Look, boom. I got some Armando comments. Like, we're good. Don't worry about me. I'm doing my thing.
Adam, what are you worried about?
Well, let's see. Maybe next time, Jess, I'll clue the world into what am I worried about. That has been a question ringing in my head all week from
Hoots thoughts.
the lovely Miss Jennifer Lacey, the weird one down here. Yeah, I'm not really sure right now, Jess. I'm contemplating that.
Good. Well,
I
we'll
meant when I
see
start
everybody
school
again
tomorrow.
next week.
Yes.
See you.
Holla, holla,
Peace.
holla, holla.